Hi there, today I'll be presenting the personal life and the effect of the cult of true womanhood. How has the role of family and personal life affected women? Family life has gone from the very center of political power and economic production in the 17th and 18th centuries to a privileged arena of emotional life in the early 21st century. Page XXXIV. Family life has to deal with who takes care of who can marry, and what standards of sexuality will be tolerated. Family and personal life was once viewed as separate spheres, and now it is understood as a connection between the public and the private spheres. Women were mainly in the domestic sphere in charge of the family, and those who did work were seen as the Jezebel woman, who was troubled and did not have a husband to provide for her. Wage labor for women was meant to be an interlude between childhood and domestic dependence. Page 297. Working women were a symbol of a family or social crisis. I chose the feminist logo for my image because women were fighting to be a part of the public sphere and were fighting to not just stay home and take care of the family. They wanted to actually do something besides be at home. What is the cult of domesticity? The cult of domesticity is a set of standards for women to abide by that has to deal with two separate spheres, the domestic sphere and the public sphere. Men are expected to work and provide for the family, being in the public sphere, while women are expected to live a domestic life and stay at home and provide for the family, the domestic sphere. A woman should be insulated from economic demands to concentrate on creating a stable and peaceful home environment. Page 160. Women were sheltered from external stressors in order to make a peaceful home life for her husband who did have to deal with the external stressors. I chose a door because women took care of the home and made the house appealing to the man of the house as a space for comfort. How does the cult of domesticity relate to a woman's personal life? A woman's personal life was filled with expectations about what she was supposed to do for her family and what to do in her free time. These expectations came from the cult of domesticity. She was expected to take care of her family and partake in feminine activities such as shopping. In Wealth and Leisure for the middle class, it was the man's job to make money, while it was the woman's job to display and spend the money. Middle-class women who no longer had responsibility for a great deal of productive household labor became active consumers. Page 303. Before consumerism, the woman's job was to cook, clean, and take care of the family. Cooking before consumerism was hard. There are no pre-made items to make cooking easier for women. I chose the canned food as my image because these were one of the items that consumerism brought to women. How has the cult of domesticity affected my life? There are still standards in the 21st century of what a woman should do and what career to have. These standards are derived from the cult of domesticity, the Republic and motherhood, and the new womanhood. For example, in our society, when I was still going to church, there are a lot of stay-at-home moms. I believe this has to do with the religious standards for feminine jobs and rules. I think this has to deal a lot with how conservatism has built up from the cult of domesticity. For me personally, I would like to become a doctor or nurse, but I feel I am following the feminine roles of the woman if I go the nurse route, because that is the role of a woman in society's eyes, to take care of someone and be that light in their life. If I go the doctor route, I am going against what women are supposed to do and get a higher education and be the boss instead of being the one following the orders. I chose the doctor and nurse image because this is my future career goal. Thank you. Have a nice day, guys.